Should we start in a minute? Should we start in a minute? All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Take Action. This is our new series that GrooveAsia is doing that we're going to be taking you along the way, and this is a way for you to take action on all the things that we're going to be teaching and training on you. So if you're familiar with our past 5-day challenges, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, if you are familiar with our 5-day challenges, that this is going to be kind of like an extension of that, but we're going to go a lot deeper, a lot more step by step. We're going to talk about the nuances and workarounds if you're having troubles with your apps. And we're definitely going to be diving into those apps once again. Okay, so things have changed a little bit, but if you're having issues, this will be the place to go. Now, if you are here streaming with us on the YouTube channel, you can come to the Zoom room. The link is going to be in the description. Just give me a few minutes to do that. And so you will be able to come in here to the Zoom room and be able to ask questions if need be at the end to see if anyone has any questions. That will be the time to do so. However, don't wait to the end. If you have a question, you can put it in the chat box and we could get around to it. At least those will be the first ones that we'll be able to answer. We do have our team on behind the scenes that'll be able to answer some questions for you. Now, our trainer today, let's not wait, is going to be Peter Moniro. I hope I said it. I hope I said that correctly. But he's down from New Zealand. If you've been to any of our 5-day challenges or been active in our community at all, you know you're very familiar with him. He is our lead trainer on e-commerce. He does a lot of training on just Groove in general, using the platform and building your digital businesses. He runs one of our small group coachings every week. He does one of that, or he used to do one of those. So he is very talented and he knows a lot about what he's talking about. This is not someone who just took a class for an hour and called themselves an expert. Peter has been in the trenches for at least a decade, I believe, at least a decade on building his online business, his digital empire, and we are here to benefit from him. So, Peter, welcome to the stage. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Karen. Thank you for the introduction. Good to see you here, Vince, and thanks for supporting this live, Karen and Vince. Of course, will be actually probably moderating in the YouTube as I go through this this challenge today. Now, I'm going to share my screen, and we'll just go through what we're going to be doing. So just give me a sec. Okay. All right, hopefully everyone, oh, hang on. We want to probably actually just get this one out of the way. All right, hopefully everybody can see this. Karen, can see it? Cool. All right, so we're going to be, this week, it's going to be about Groove pages. So this challenge, Take Action Challenge, is going to be about Groove pages. If you're kind of new to Groove and you want to sort of learn how to actually...
One quick, see your whole Google Drive?
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Hang on. I've obviously shared the wrong one, maybe.
And we see it, we just see all of it.
Yes, all of it, okay. What about now? All good?
Yes.
All right, okay, let's start again. So this challenge will be about Groove pages. It's a 5-day challenge. previously. We did call this 5-day challenge, but this is actually take action, and it's probably more appropriate too as well. But it's a take action challenge. So basically, you're going to be taking action this week to build your website or to build a multi-page website, because that's what this is all about. So one of the things that the things that we're going to be covering throughout today actually is we're going to be looking at ready-made templates that are in Groove at the moment, like in the Groove platform, that you can actually access if you wanted to, and use those. And I'll just quickly go through how you can import a template and just the modifying those templates. But probably the real crux of it is actually creating a website from scratch. Okay, so we'll be looking at creating a sitemap, creating a wireframe. Now, if you don't know what a sitemap is basically everything that's actually going to be on your website. So you're going to have your parent pages and your child pages. That's kind of what they call them in web development. So basically, child pages are actually sub pages of the main page. And so we're going to go through that. That's the sitemap, and also creating a wireframe. This is actually just it's kind of like a mind map, obviously. Actually, they're creating the sitemap's kind of like a mind map, but the wireframe gives you an idea of the layout that you're going to be using for your particular website. And then, of course, we're going to be looking at using blocks and elements. So that's today's session. And so hopefully you're all excited and want to get started. If you do know quite a lot about the Groove pages, great. This might be still of some benefit to you. And if you don't know anything about how to create a page or how to create a website within Groove from scratch, then this is be just ideal for you. All right. I'm just going to share my screen. Stop sharing my screen, and then I'm going to share another one. Oh gosh, I've actually just taken my presentation down. Maybe it's it, Kevin.
Okay.
All right.
You help with the slides?
Yeah, no, I actually closed it. I should not, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't really need it at the moment, so.
Okay.
Okay. Let me go back to here. Let's reload here. Okay. Now, share. For some reason, I think it shares the whole window, but I'm not too sure why.
We don't see anything yet.
Yeah, no. But you can see all my tabs, can't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. All right, so we're showing GrooveCart. We're just going to go back to the main dashboard. So if this is the first time you're using Groove, then basically when you log in to your Groove account, this is what you're going to see. This is the main dashboard. All right, and then you've got all your apps along the top here, and then if you go hover over the icon, you've got them all down the side. I kind of like using this one here because you get access to all the different apps here when you only just have not all of them here. But you can click on here. And I thought we might have it there, but we don't. Okay, so Groove pages. Let's go there now. And obviously, the first thing we're going to go through is we're going to actually look at how to create how to import a template. So let's do that now. We're going to, first of all, click on New Site. All right, and then you'll see all complete templates. Now, there's only a few if you're going to be using the complete sites. There's only a few templates, all right, and they've all like the number of pages here. If you want to have a look to see what they look like, you can just go into click on it there, and you can do a live preview. So if you want to see this one here, click on this, and this should actually show you. Should actually show you the template or the what it looks like. Okay. All right. So let's go back out of here. Cancel. Okay, so we're just going to go new site, and we're going to go for a single page. We're not going to go for complete page or complete sites. We're going to go for single pages, only because it's got more options. There's a lot more options in there than what there is in the complete site. So let's click on that. Now, generally, you could probably put a search in here and maybe try and find something, maybe a template that actually suits what you're going to be doing. I find 9 times out of 10, they don't actually have templates, but you can actually have the layout is probably, more important. It's whether or not you like the layout. And you can look at the layouts by simply doing what I did before. You can just click on them and preview the main page. So let's just say we want to have a look at... Ooh. We'll go here. We'll go to a webinar registration. Click on this one here. Click on the live preview. And there you have the whole page, basically. All right, so that's what you can do there. Now, let's just say that this is the one that you're going to go for. So at the end of the day, you want to actually import that full template into your Groove pages. So what we're going to do here, we're just going to go up in the top right corner here, and we're going to go import full template. We're going to give it a name, and I'm just going to call this one demo. All right. Once that's done, it will take you into the back end of the actual the page, if you like. So you can see here, we've got all these blocks here that we can work with. We can go into the elements here and change the text and all that sort of thing by just well, that's a logo. You can change the logo there. You can change the text in here for whatever you want. You can change the image here if you wanted to. You can even change the color of the background. All right, but we're going to be covering all that stuff when we actually do this from scratch. All right, because it's probably more important to actually learn how to do it from scratch than sometimes just playing around with a pre-made template, because you get to learn more about the blocks, the elements, the styling, if you're actually creating them from scratch. So that's what we're going to do. That's just straightforward, simple, how you actually import a template. And if you want to obviously make changes and change colors and stuff like that, we're going to be covering all that in terms of like what text, background, borders, all that sort of thing. All right, I'm going to go out of here, and we're just going to go back into Groove pages. As you can see, if I hover over the icon there, I can actually bring up all the apps here and then just go to Groove pages. I'm going to leave this one. So we're going to be creating a brand new site, nothing on it. We're going to just do it from scratch. So once again, we go into new site, but this time what we want to do, and we'll go to single pages. This time we just want to start with a blank template. All right.
Peter,
And
before you
yeah,
get started, still have 2 screens on here from your main create new website, and then you have a smaller screen on the other side.
oh, okay.
There you go.
Wow. It's actually done the whole, it actually doesn't do the tab. I don't know why. Uh, can I just stop sharing? I'll just try and see if I can sort it again, because it didn't give me an option. Okay. Not sure why it's not giving me that option. Okay. All right, that should be showing a single window now. Okay, so on this one here, I am going to probably just put in a demo website. And then we just start building. So we'll come up into the back end of that actual page. And as you can see here, we've got nothing, all right? But it has got something here where we can actually add a block. Now, what you can do is you can add pre-made blocks if you want to. You've got all these here. This is content blocks. If you go up to alert bars, you've got alert bars that can go up to the top of the website. You've got call to action blocks. So they're all pre-done, obviously, pretty much like the pre-made website templates. These are these are pre-made blocks, and you can again change the images, change the text, but we're kind of just going to be doing this from scratch. So we're not going to be using any of these pre-made stuff. We're just going to go for wireframe there. Okay, so now before we get onto this, what we want to do is we want to create a sitemap. So I've sort of jumped the gun a little bit here, but we want to create a sitemap and we want to create a wireframe. So well, I'm going to switch over, and I've got a little prompt here that I want to put into Claude. So this is one that let's go back here, start a new chat. So what I've done is I've done a prompt, and the prompt is actually for a to create a wireframe for a website. Now the website is going to be a membership website, and it's actually for a membership to have courses for like training on Groove applications. All right, so that's what the prompt is going to be for. And what I want to do is I want to grab one of these tabs, take it out of here. Oh, here we go. Which can you see, Karen? Can you see the document, or can you see the?
I see Claude. Good morning, Peter.
Okay, cool. All right. It's hard to actually sort of tell what's going on in there. All right. So I'm actually going to copy and paste the actual prompt that I have, and I'm going to paste it in here. All right. So in here, this is what it says. Let's take that bit out. It says design a homepage wireframe for. Now I'm only going to do the homepage. Design a homepage wireframe for a membership-based website focused on providing comprehensive training on Groove.cm. It should be Groove.cm applications. The website should cater to beginners and more advanced users, offering step-by-step guides, video tutorials, live webinars, and downloadable resources. The homepage will serve as the gateway to all training content, emphasizing ease of navigation, engaging visuals, and clear calls to action. And it should be encouraged. It should encourage user registration, highlight featured courses, and provide quick access to key sections. Now, pretty much I've got all the different things that I actually want in there. So like the different pages, the different sub pages or child pages in there as well. Okay. Now, there are other ways to actually do a wireframe, and it is probably best to do a sitemap first before you do a wireframe. But in this case, what I'm going to show you is I'm going to do the wireframe first and then create the sitemap. Okay, I hope you're following me. And I'm using Claude, and this is the free version. Obviously, it says using limited free plan. So I'm using Claude, the free version, and we're just going to create the wireframe first, and then I'm going to ask it to create the sitemap, all right? Because it will have all the different pages in there already. All right, so let's just send this off and see what happens. By the way, I haven't tested this yet, so not for a multi-page. You can see on the right-hand side there, it's actually doing something. It's creating all the different coding and everything like that for it. So once that's done, it will show you what it looks like in a preview. Isn't it amazing, the AI these days? I mean, how you can use it, what you can, you know, there's so many things that you can use it for. I don't use Claude a lot, but I do use ChatGPT. But when it comes to wireframes and things like that, Claude is probably better. ChatGPT doesn't seem to actually create the wireframes. Okay, so we've got a wireframe here, kind of thing. We've got the Master the Groove. Well, it's got Groove.com. We need to change that. Your path to online success. Learn at the pace with expert-led tutorials, interactive webinars, and exclusive resources. Because I've actually asked it to actually put some content in there as well, some text content. All right. It's got here images. You can put images in here. I'm um I'm okay with this, but I'm not like, I mean, it's just kind of like pretty much the same all the way down. I'm going to try one more time to see if it can actually um, do another one. Just mm, please provide another option. Ugh, here's my keyboard doing this thing again. Oh, gosh. Bye, guys. Right. If it kind of does the same thing, I'm just gonna go with it and just for to move on to the next stage. But it's just more of an example is what I'm trying to achieve here. Hello, Dr. Lisa, Chanel. Good to have you guys with us. So it takes a wee while, but if really what it does is actually saves you hours and hours and hours of actually time to actually create a layout or wireframe, I should say. All right, so here we go. We have got a bit of a different one now. It's kind of very similar, and but we'll just go with it. We can make changes anyway as we go. So look, we're going to pretty much go with that one there. Okay, that's what we're going to go with. And so we're going to try and actually emulate that into a Groove pages. So we've got like sections here, right? We've got like the hero section here up the top here. Then we've got an image, all right? And then it's got here live training. That's a call to action or a button here, obviously, and or link. And then we've got like featured courses, and so it does actually it's not too bad. Like it's actually pretty good in my books anyway. But it's what you make it look like. That's probably the styling of it is probably more important. All right, so if we're using this particular one here, we need to actually understand what the layout is. All right. Now, before we do that, I just want to actually see if Claude can create a sitemap for this. Now, I haven't done this. I haven't tried this before, so it'll be uh, you know, sort of a see if it works. Create a sitemap for this website, for this wireframe website. We'll go website, and let's just see what happens. Yeah, so it's creating the sitemap. So basically, we should actually get something that will come up on our screen here, and it's very small. You can't see it, but if I zoom in a wee bit, that's the sitemap. Now, you actually don't have to. There's different ways you can do a sitemap. All right, so basically, what happens is you come to the home page, and in the home page on the menu, you've got resources, courses, and about us on there. Okay, and then on the other side of it, we've got authentication, contact, blog. I don't know if we need authentication, community. All right, so when you're doing a membership page, membership website, you want to have a community as well. So it's very important to actually have in there. And of course, we've got all the child pages, all the sub pages that come underneath that. We've got discussion forums, study groups, community events, member directory. Now, I probably won't do all those. In fact, there's probably just too many for my liking. I'll probably narrow it right down, but that's how you can probably create a sitemap out of your wireframe. So I know it's kind of putting the horse before the cart, because traditionally you do a wireframe, sorry, you do a sitemap so that you know what's going to be on the home page, what's going to be like on the navigation, and then what's going to come underneath the navigation and where that branches off to. This is kind of what that is, right? There are actually platforms that you can create sitemaps on. One of them would be Miro, I think it is, Miro. You can create sitemaps in there if you wanted to. But, you know, I'm just showing you probably more of a cheap way, maybe a quick way for you guys to probably try out yourself. All right. Okay. So, but in any case, if right here is actually a sitemap in itself. All right. Right here, you could actually just copy and paste this, because this would be your sitemap, because it's actually telling you what's going to be on the home page. All right. So these are all the titles here, and of course I'll probably won't use all those. All right. So let's go back to our wireframe here, and let's start copying this out, like trying to put this out on a Groove page. So one here, this is actually a block here. If I take in this here, just this part here, that's one block. We've got the navigation bar up here, and then this will probably be one block as well. And then that's one block. This is one block. So if you don't know what a block is, I'll show you very shortly. That's another block. That's another block. You can see over here, it's got 8 hours. I think this is really, really important. 8 hours for that particular course, for that application training. 6 hours here. So it's actually quite good that it's put that in, because I would never have thought of that. All right. All right. So I'm going to start from the top. We've got the navigation bar. You can see that these here, we've got, like, you click on them, they don't go anywhere anyway. We've got the navigation bar first, then we've got the hero, which is the hero image here. You can actually have a hero a slide if you wanted to, but in this case, we're just going to use an image or something to do with maybe having an image to the right or whatever. But let's try this one out now. So we've got GrooveCm, build your digital empire, join thousands, blah, blah. That's pretty much true in there. I mean, it's probably gone and had a look at the site, and it knows what it's all about. So we're going to probably start with this, and let's go to Groove Pages. I'm not sure which one I'm on at the moment. No, this one here. All right. So once again, we're going to start with the first block. So the first block is going to be the navigation. Now, like I said, you can actually get all these pre-done ones here, but we're going to start off with just wireframes, just blocks, right? So here's a wireframe there. We're going to go down to see if we can find navigation right there. So you got different layouts for navigation. The ones I kind of like is this one here, because you've got the links to all the different pages here, logo over here, and then this button here you could use for whatever. You could use for whatever you want. In this case, it's probably going to be for people to actually log into their into the membership. So let's start with this one here. So that's the navigation. All right. Okay. Next one we want the hero slide, or the hero image. But we want to kind of like emulate this one here. So if we can find something that's close to that in terms of a wireframe, then we'll use that. But let's go back to here again, and let's add another block. Once again, up to the wireframe, and we'll see, has it got hero or headers? Headers, same thing. All right, so it's got the same thing. This one here I kind of like. That's pretty much close to what we just talked about, same as this one here. Let's have a quick look again. Yep. All right. So that's pretty close. I actually want to put an image to the right. So I might actually look at doing this one here. Now, on my wireframe, there was actually 2 buttons. We can add buttons, so that's not a problem. This one's got a video. I don't really want a video, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that in because that's the closest one to what I'm after. So, and I'm just going to, instead of having a video element, I'm going to put an image element. All right. All right. So here we've got the hero section or block, I should say. I actually want to make that an image, so I don't want that video one in there. So I'm going to just click on it once. If you have a look down here, here are the breadcrumbs, right? So the more I go up, it goes up to the next one, which is the video. Then it goes up to the container that the video is actually in. And then the style element is basically the style or the layout of the actual hero image, right? And then, of course, you have the block. But this, at this point, I just want to get rid of the, well, it actually says, yeah, image. So that's the image. We want to get rid of the video, all right? So I'm just going to click on video and then I'm going to go delete, confirm. All right, now we've got an empty container there. So I'm going to come over to elements and I'm going to scroll down a wee bit here and I'm going to go for image. So I'm just going to left, well, if you're on a Windows, the left button on the mouse, drag and drop, and there we have it in there. And you can see it's not really centered. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down. So I'm in the container itself. Right. If I went on the image, it will just show the image. If I go into container, then you've got the whole container that that image is in. Now, what we want to do is we want to be on the container because we want to align this. We want to center it in the middle. So we come down to layout, and then we go center, and then center kind of like horizontally, I think it is. And there we have our image there. We've also got the button over here as well. Now, we probably won't do anything on this at the moment. We'll just carry on doing our wireframe. All right, let's go back to our example again. As you can see, there's 2 buttons there, so we'll probably add that in. We want to get this one here. Okay. Now, you don't have to use everything that's in the actual wireframe sample. You can if you want to. It's really up to you. But, you know, like, I mean, if you want to provide more information in that, and there's some pretty good ideas in here, I'd suggest maybe use what you see there. And we'll go back to here. So that was kind of like a stats type sort of a scenario. So let's do another block by clicking on the plus button down here, or plus icon. We're going to add another block. Again, we're going to go into the wireframe. All right, so not too sure what that one would come under, but let's just have a quick look. Not pricing, not testimonials, not team. We may have to make one ourselves. The other thing is, all right, now I know I said we're going to just use blocks, wireframe blocks, but what you can do if you don't actually have what you're looking for in the wireframe, just come over to the other ones, like direct response. Just see if you can actually see something there. There's nothing in here. Let's go over to designer and let's have a look here. I think they do actually have one in here. Let me just have a look. Progress bars, tabs, testimonials, headers. Oh, hang on. Where am I still in the designer? Modern, sorry. Come over to modern. And there it is, there, stats. Okay, so you can actually add something in here. So let's just add this one here. All right. All right. So we've got stats there. Kind of we're getting to the point that is starting to look like that. Okay. All right. So the next one. Let's go back here again. The next one is an image. And then we've got like featured courses and stuff. So let's go back here again. We're going to create another block. Okay, it's just going to be an empty block. We're not going to create a wireframe block. It's just going to be an empty block because I just want to put an image in there. So I don't want anything else in it because I'm just going to put an image in. So I'm going to select this empty block. All right, now you've got a container there. So I'm going to grab an element, which is the image here, drag and drop. And again, we're just going to do the layout alignment here, center there. All right. I think that's right. Okay. All right. So we've got an image in there, image placeholder, I should say, in there. Let's quickly go back to our thing again. We've got a title, basically a title, and it's got kind of like some text underneath it. So we actually want something that has got a title as well as some text underneath. So, and you can see there's a view all here. Now, because you've got a view all here and we've got this over here, this actually needs to be broken up into two containers, right? Not one container. So I'll tell you what I mean. Come back over to GrooveFunnels. Let's go for another block, but this time what we're going to be doing is we're going to go for two containers here. Now, you saw the button which was view all to the right hand side of the website. You can use this one here, but probably best to use this one here because that container doesn't have to be that big just for that button. So we're going to use this one here, or even this one here. You could use this one here, but let's just say we'll use that one. All right. So now we've got two containers and we want one with a header as well with text. So I'm going to come back over here. Now, important thing is when you're doing titles or headers, if you like, we want to probably tag them. So at this point, I'm not going to go through that just yet because that's in another session. But you want to tag these as an H2 or an H3 or whatever, but not basically because they're actually titles on your page. They could actually help with SEO depending on what it says, right? But you want to title them because that will just end up being like a paragraph one if I actually use the block that I'm going to use. But you can change the I guess what it represents, whether it's an H2, H3, or H4, whatever you want to make it, except for H1 at this point. All right, so we're going to go back over here. We're going to go back into elements, and then we're going to find something that has a title as well as a paragraph. And there it is there. That's that one. Drag and drop. And then remember over here, we had a button. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to drag and drop a button in there. Now you can go up to here with buttons, that all pre-made buttons here if you want. You can use that, or you can actually just go back to all elements and then go down, scroll down to buttons. I think there was one there for button somewhere. Maybe not. Just a empty one. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so you can see that the button's placed itself into the top left corner of the container. What we want to do is we want to align that, but we're not going to center it. What we're going to do is we're going to go to layout, and we're going to get that button to the bottom here, and then we're going to go and select this one here. Oh, sorry, hang on. Sorry, let's take that one out. There. Buttons down the bottom, and then we want to take it to the right, I think. Let's try this one there. There we go. All right, so it's down at the bottom to the right, and that's how we can actually lay it out, because that's kind of looking like this here. All right, if you wanted to, you can actually just add these text in as you go. It's up to you. I sometimes like doing that, so I'm just going to go copy, and then I'm going to go into the title here, and I'm just going to go paste. And as you know, that was quite a large text, so let's click on the container for that title there. Come over to the right here where it says text, and then we're just going to make it the size that we want it. Okay, so I'm going to go with 38. Now, it pays to be consistent in your titles on your page. All right, make sure that they're all the same size in terms of font size and font, style of font. Let's go back to here again. I'm just going to copy this. And then I'm going to select all this and then just paste what I copied in there. All right, now you can see like it's getting a little bit awkward down the bottom here because I'm running out of, like, it's not showing me the bottom. What you can do is you can actually just add maybe a block in there. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to add a block, just an empty one. And then that way, then I've got, you know, I've got a bit of space there where I can actually I can see what's going on. Okay, now the next one. The next one is an image. And of course, we've got this here as well. So let's just do that. So next one is going to be image. Try and do, like, if it's an image title with paragraph, you know, just do them in blocks. Try not to fit everything, all different elements into the one container or into the one block, because you can run into problems when it comes to being responsive on a mobile and things like that. It just won't look right. So what we want to do, and if you have a quick look here, if I put that off and then go to mobile view, this is kind of what we're after, right? We kind of want it to actually all align, and you know, we just want to put things, different things into blocks. Right. Okay. Over here, we're going to click on that, and then we click on the bottom. Don't forget, I've actually put that container in because I do actually want to see what's on the bottom. Now, what have we got? We've got another image. So click on that. All right. And I'm just going to drag and drop the image again. And again, I'm just going to align it. So make sure you're on the container, not on the image, but on the container, and not on the layout, just on the container that that image is in. All right. And then you go to layout, center, and then center again. All right. Okay. I'm going to click on this empty container here, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to send it downwards so that it's underneath that one. There, like that. All right, so we've got an image there. There'll be some spacing issues that we'll need to fix in terms of like how close this is going to be to the image and how close it's going to be obviously as well. So there's going to be some spacing stuff that we're going to need to actually sort out. All right, now once again, we'll add another block, and we're kind of actually doing this one here again. So if you have a look here, it's kind of the same, if you like. It's just got those things here, right? So what we can do is we can copy this one here. Copy this one. Oh, hang on. No, we can't. Copy this container there, right? Oh, sorry, this what do you call it? Elements there. We can copy it and then paste or copy. Select that again. So we want to select this text and that text. We can do it by going up, or if we do it again, we can do it by going down here and selecting container. All right. So that container is in another container, which actually has a style element of two columns, and that two columns is actually in another container. So that's how that all works. Right. I just want that. That's all I want. I don't want the whole block. I just want that because I don't want the button in this. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is drag and drop it into the container. I'm using the one that I actually did for a spacing. So I'll just put another block in there. All right. What happened? The feature element there, feature, blah, blah, blah. I think that's that one again. It's two of those. Actually, we need to put a button in there as well. So let's go back to here. So again, I'm not going to put the button in here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to add another block. Yeah. And then I just need a single column. All right. And then I'm just going to add a button into that, an element. Drag and drop. Now, if you notice that button was actually wider, whoops, was actually wider. So kind of took up the quite a bit there. So let's go back here and see what we can do with this button. Let's actually center it first. So we're going to center it within the container that it's in, like that. All right. And then we're going to probably just click on the button itself and then add some size to it. All right. So you can do that when you click over here into size. If you come over here, size, make sure you're just on the button and not the container. And then we go layer, we go maximum width. We can go percentage. Nothing's changed there, so we can actually do that here as well, percentage. And you can see how it's just actually automatically gone wider. So we're going to bring that down a wee bit. We're just going to bring it down to about there. Because I'm not really going to go right across the page with this like that. Well, it's in the container. I'm not really going to go right across the page. So, yeah, just want to go into there really. And that's good enough. All right. What we can do now is we can just copy that block by clicking on the block itself and then copy. All right. And then I'm going to move that down to the next part there, which is under the next one. So we're kind of like emulating the featured course here. This one here. So we do actually need to put an image in there. All right. So we haven't done that yet. So the image needs to come underneath here. Now, what we can do, and if I just delete all these, what I've just done, what we can do is instead of actually doing copying it or duplicating it, single blocks, let's just go for the whole thing here. Oh, sorry, hang on. That one we do need. Let's just go here and we'll duplicate that as well. And then we'll move that one down. And then we'll duplicate this one. So we do need to do them single because they're actually blocks, not elements. And elements in one block. All right, so we've got that there. All right, so now we've got, let's have a look at this. 1, 2, we probably need 3 of those. So let's do that again, do another one. Select that, copy. And then, actually that needs to go above. That needs to go there. So we need to copy that. And then the next one is the image one. Copy the block. Get down. Take it down underneath there. Copy the button one. To see how easy it is actually just to, it makes it nice and quick. Bring that one down below the image. So now we've got, and I think we've got, yeah. So now we've got 1, 2, 3. I think that's what it was. Let's have a quick look. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Like I said, you don't actually have to be strictly to that wireframe because you'll probably find that you're going to be changing some aspects about it later on anyway. So this is just a guideline. The wireframe is really just to guide you to actually, come up with some sort of layout that might be appropriate for the website that you're doing. Okay, so if you can recall, there was this bit down here, all right? That bit there. So what we're going to do is we're going to create another block. Or actually, we could probably do it as an element in this one, in this particular one. So I'm going to select the container. So that's the container there. Actually, I might be able to do it in the layout, but we'll just try this. So I've selected the container. We're going to go to element. And then now what we're going to do is we're just going to drag and drop. Maybe, yeah, we're just probably just going to, we'll just use a paragraph thing here. There. Where are we? Okay, so I'm in the container, and then I've just dragged and dropped it into that. So it's right underneath this other text as well. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to probably just maybe just select so much text there. Oh. Sometimes when you go outside of the container, it would actually, just go out of it there. Now I've left it for a reason, because all I'm going to do is I'm going to change that. All right, and I'm going to change it to whatever we've got here. I'm just going to copy and paste. Trying to avoid a lot of typing, if you like. All right, so we've done that there. Let's click on that, and let's copy that one. We're going to copy, and then we're going to drag and drop into the next one there. And then again, we're going to copy and then drag and drop into the next one. Oh, there's another one there somewhere. There. All right, so we've got kind of three identical. Where'd that button go? I don't think that's supposed to be there. That's on its own. All right, so featured courses. Okay, I think I've done this wrong. So that's featured course. Sorry, we've done this one wrong. All right, so let me just start. That one is by itself. This one here needs to look more like that. Okay, which I think is correct. But it needs to be between the image and the button. Okay. So I actually need to move all this. Now we can select one container or one element if you like, or we can select the whole lot like that. And then we can actually move that where I want to move it in between the image and the button. All right, so I just want to do this here. Drag and drop and go above if we can. Sometimes you got to play around with it. Let's just try that. See what happens. Nope. Try that again. It does actually get a little bit, there we go. I think we're there. I'm not sure. Right. And let's just see if we can drag the button down below. Okay, so we're going out of alignment again. Oh. Come back down to layout. Go back in the middle. And this here needs to be across the other side. So kind of like this here. All right. So let's just align that and go down and layout again, and we'll just put that to the side like that. Okay. And we need to do that with the next slide as well. So that there needs to actually come in between the image and the button. Okay. Yeah. Select the whole lot. Again, you can just come down here if you want to select the different containers, and then we're just going to duplicate. And then I'm going to drag and drop this one in there. Again. You see it gets a little bit tricky. Sometimes it might actually be better just to create some space first. So let's just do that. I'm going to create some spacing. So just click, select the whole block, and I'm going to create some spacing inside the actual block. Doesn't matter how much it is, just so long as you can create some spacing. And then I'm just going to select this element here, and then try and drag and drop it in here if I can. From me. All right, that's not working for me. So what I'll do, these are all the little things that if you come across, there's some workarounds, right? If it becomes a little bit too complicated, in fact, this one was easier than this one. So if it does actually happen that way again, let's just get rid of this. Okay, confirm, and let's actually see whether or not we can just create another block. Yeah. It was really actually the element I wanted, to be quite honest. We're just going to have to stay with the block, I think. So we'll just drag and drop, or we'll just actually just move that block down. So I couldn't put the text within the element, sorry, within the container, underneath the image in its own container, and that container there. So I've just made it a separate block like that, added it down here. I'm going to take this spacing out of the way. Yeah, that kind of looks like that. Okay, now that one needs to come down underneath this one here. Oh, let's select the block again. Again, I can come down here if I want to. And we're just going to move this one down to there, in between the image and the button. All right. Okay, now just to sort of know where we're at on this at the moment, we're going to probably, I'm going to put some spacing in here because it's getting a little bit sort of confusing. So I'm going to go into the block, all right, and I'm just going to add some space. Now, it doesn't really matter if you've got to put spacing within the block or outside of the block, but let's just put it inside the block for now. There, and I'm just going to add maybe 30. And I'm going to do the same for this one here. I'm just going to add 30. And yeah. It's just so that I can actually make sense of it as I'm going through, because it's a little bit confusing. So obviously there, probably just tidies it up a wee bit. It doesn't help when this one says featured courses. So we're going to go here. We're going to copy this one here. Copy, come back to here, and we're going to change that. All right. Okay, back here again. And then there's that one. Sometimes it leaves some space under there, so you need to do that. Just go backspace, and then the next one is and then paste, and then backspace. All right, so we've got just so far, and then we've got all these steps here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this one here, and that one there, and then we're going to do that there, and we'll finish off with the footer. Okay. All right, so let's do another block. And once again, I just want to have a look what's on this one here, these steps here. All right, so those ones have, I'm going to have a look, see if there's a wireframe that's close to that. So these here. Content. Well, let's just do one of these here. We'll try that one there. Right. Okay, a bit big, but you know, we can change all the size and all that. So that's let's just put here step 1. What else do they have in here? I'm just going to do a couple of steps. I'm not going to do all of them. All right. So I'm just, you can have, I'm going to take that out, delete that. I know I've actually done the title down the bottom here. I can just change that around actually. Yeah. Okay. So we've got step 1. All we're going to do is duplicate it. Again, just duplicate. Again, just duplicate. So, and then all we're going to do is just change it to whatever it was before, was on the other one. Step 2, step 3. I should just put the numbers so it's less typing, but anyway. Step 4. Right, we're just going to hurry things along a wee bit here because we are actually coming up to time. We did start a little bit late, so let's go back to here. So we're going to get another block. What do we need now? We need a title. Okay, so we come back to here, come back to wireframe, and let's go down here to titles. All right, we're going to grab this one here. All right, so that's that one there, which is this. Now, these ones here, these are actually testimonials. So let's go up back to here, and then we're probably going to see if we can find a wireframe with testimonials. And let's have a look there. All right, so we do actually have some. This is kind of similar to what they had. I mean, it doesn't matter which one you pick. You can, do a 3-column or whatever. I'm just going to do this like it did in there. And I'm just going to, duplicate this. All right, I'm going to take this element out. Take that one out. And then I'm going to duplicate this one. All right. So it kind of looks a little bit like that there. All right. Now, this one here, again, we're going to look for a wireframe that can do that one. So there, wireframe. Let's have another quick look to see what that would look like. Okay. Let's have a look. So content, check out. We needed one with a button or something. Okay. All right, so we've got one here which we can use. Not quite with this one here, probably. That one there. Because we're trying to get this effect here. So there, we're just going to get rid of one of these buttons. All right, and now we've done that there. Okay. All right, the footer is a little bit too sort of long. I kind of don't like it like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're just going to make it a different footer. Okay, back to the wireframe again. And then let's have a look, see what the footers are. I think there's one with that one there. It's got a little message box or what do you call it? Email, subscribe email. Now, of course, you can change all this as well. So what we've gone and done really is we've just recreated this, right? With all the other text, we can put that in. Well, I can do that before our next session, but we've pretty much created the bones or the structure of the wireframe, if you like, the layout of the actual website. All right. So now we've got something to work with. I'm just going to get rid of that. So it's really the layout that we're actually trying to achieve here, not so much the look and feel, but just the layout. That's all we need, and then we'll probably move on to the next part, which is the actual styling of it. So let's just go back to our thing here. All right, so we've gone through creating the wireframe, creating the sitemap, and we've gone through using blocks and elements. That's all we need to do today. We've also gone through how to import a template and modifying the template. But this here, by doing it by scratch, it gives you some idea how it all functions and how it all works. So you get a bit of a gist of how you can actually create a website rather than actually just use a pre-made one. You can do both, that doesn't matter, but at the end of the day, this would be a good learning curve for you. All right, so tomorrow, day 2, we're going to go into the styling and the functionality of the actual website. So we're going to add color scheme. We're going to be using the configuration tools, if you like. And when I talk about configuration tools, I'm talking about this side here, right? The configuration tools. And then custom attributes and responsive for all devices. Oh, sorry, spacing and layout. So advanced configuration. Which is going to be the spacing and layout. Now, why is spacing and layout? Why are they actually more advanced than the others? Mainly because there's a lot you can do with the spacing and a lot you can do with the layout rather than just add space, right? So we're going to go through that, and the custom attributes. And if you have a look down here, custom attributes. What does that actually mean? What can you do with that? All right. And then what else we got here? Responsive for all devices. So obviously we're going to go through all this, right? And this, how to make it responsive for each particular device. Tablet. Now you can see it's pretty responsive. We're going to change all this because that's not going to be like that. We just needed that as a template. And yeah. Right. All right. So that's me, guys. I think we've ended that today really well. So day 2, that's what we're going to be doing. Now, in the middle of the week, there's one day that I won't be able to do the challenge. So we're going to miss that day out, but you're going to be getting some homework on day 2 session to actually do, and maybe use that day, that free day, to actually do the task that I'm going to give you guys. All right, so hopefully you all got to learn something from that, and yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Back to you, Karen.
Thank you so much, Peter. Thank you so much for that. And let me get on here also. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Peter, for that training and going deep. I know we have done some deep dives into the Groove pages, but none like that so far. And I'm looking forward to what we have coming more and more throughout this week on what you're going to be telling us about the whole Groove pages, because it's these little things like that that gets people stuck, and then it's like they just throw up their hands. And it's like, you know what? May I come back to it in another year or two. That's how it's been. But we're glad that you're here with us to show us everything that we need to do in order to get unstuck. And for those of you who have questions, if you have something that you've been stuck with for a while and just can't seem to get out of it, this is the time to come and show up, so you can take action with what you need to do and make 2025 an awesome year for you. And we're going to continue on doing our part here at GrooveAsia to help you along your digital entrepreneur journey. And in doing so, I want to share with you the calendar that we have coming up. Now, this calendar isn't accessible right now, so pay attention of what's going on. More than likely, you do have the emails that are coming through your inbox on what's available at this time. We're going to continue on with our Take Action series throughout this whole entire week. Now, this is set on Eastern Standard Time here at the bottom right-hand corner. So if you're not on the East Coast of USA, adjust these times to wherever you are in the world. But we're going to continue on with our Take Action Challenge all the way till Thursday. And as Peter said, one of the days he's not going to be here, but you will have an opportunity to put into action what you have been learning throughout this week. We also have small group coaching and our normal GLUs, which is GrooveAsia Leaders Unite. We'll just talk about each about 2 times out of the week. Talk about something that will help you along also with your digital entrepreneurship journey. And if you have something in that you've had during this Take Action Challenge and you have a question about it, or if you want to have somebody else put some eyes on what you're working on, come to the GrooveAsia Power Hour. That is twice a week. We have it on Tuesday and on Thursday. And it's kind of like a mini mastermind. You do have a time to show and tell, but it's a place where like-minded individuals, all of us are working behind this monitor, can get together and we work on our own projects independently. And if, like I say, if you have something that you want to get some feedback on, we just want to throw an idea out to have some other people to give you some information on how they feel about it, or, some good guidance and direction, come to the GrooveAsia Power Hour. Those are also in a Zoom. And now each one of us, Peter, myself, and other leaders here in the GrooveAsia community, if you have trouble getting to any of these events, reach out to us on Facebook. We're always there, and we can help you with that. So with that, I do appreciate you coming to our one last share. We do have this year coming up in March. We have our breakthrough retreat. That's coming up. And if you want to get a breakthrough in what you're trying to do, if you're trying to elevate, this is the place to be. Come and get the information. We have these live mastermind retreat previews. We do this every week. If you have a question, if you have an itch and thinking that might be something you want to do, this is the place to be, so you can find out, get some more information on that. Okay, now, well, we're going to be here, like I said, all week. So same time, same place, which is we're streaming out here on the YouTube. If you have questions, you can always come here on the Zoom. And sorry if I'm not ignoring you, just looking at my other screen over here. But you can always come here into the Zoom, and we'll be able to answer any questions that you may have. So for those of you who are in the Zoom, just hold off for just a moment while I end the live stream. So if you have any questions, you can type them on up in the chat box here in the Zoom, and we're going to open that room up in just a moment. So again, if you're in the live YouTube channel, there is a link in the description where you can come here into the Zoom room, and if you have a question you want to get answered, this will be the place to be. All right, well, until next time, we'll be seeing you tomorrow, and have a good evening, or morning, or afternoon. Let me share the live. Do that.